Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn the poem of class 12 CBSE, an elementary school classroom in a slum. So we will recite the poem and along with that we will understand it side by side. So far, far from gusty waves, the children faces, like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pallor, the tall girl with her weighed down head, the paper-seeming boy with rat's eyes, the stunted, unlucky hire of twisted bones, reciting a father's gnarled disease, his lesson from his desk at back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. His eyes live in a dream of squirrel's game in tree room other than this. So in the first stanza, the poet wants to say that these children are far away from the reality of the outside world and they are so malnutritioned that their head weighs down with their body. A boy hires his father's disease because he is malnutritioned and cannot get enough food. So he has a disease of his bones and is very weak, but has a dream in his eyes that one day he can play in the outside world just like the squirrel and can learn what is going on in the outside world. On sour cream walls, donations, Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn, civilized dome riding all cities, built flowery Tyrolese valley, open-handed map awarding the world its world. And yet for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, where all their future painted with a fog. So in the second stanza, the poet wants to say that their school classroom is a very dim lighting with a very dim environment because the walls are sour cream. Sour cream is a color of off-white. Off-white is the color representing sour cream in this line. So the walls are so dim and so dirty that it looks like sour cream, and yet of donation money they have got some Shakespeare's picture, some valley pictures, some beautiful sceneries, but which were of no use for them because they are unknown of all these famous persons and all these scenarios. They only know the slum, and their world is the window, what they see outside the window of the classroom, and not this map. And their future is so uncertain that it looks like it is painted with fog. It is so uncertain, and their destiny is so unsure that it looks very dark and foggy and hazy for them. So it is said that it is painted with fog, their future, because it is very uncertain and unsure of what will they do in the future or how much will they live properly in the future. I hope the first two stanzas are well understood. Then I will proceed to the next few stanzas. I will give you a little time to go through these two stanzas and see wherever you get stuck. Now, in the next stanza, the poet says, a narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, capes and stars of words. The poet wants to say that the streets leads them to the sky. The sky is the only thing they can see, but they are away from the rivers, the capes and stars of word, the other beauty of the nature they are unaware of. They have never seen the rivers, the beautiful capes, the stars of words, the value of words with which we speak, and the beauty of our nature. They are unaware of it. They only know their slum. Surely Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal, for lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes. From fog to endless night, on their slag heap, these children wear skins peeped through their by bones and spectacles of steel with mended glasses, like bottle bits on stones. All of their time and space are foggy slum, so blot their maps with slum as big as doom. So here the poet wants to say that Shakespeare is wicked because they have never seen him and they have never learned about him. And the map is a bad example because they know nothing outside the slum. But they should be taught about all those, and they are very tempted with the outside world. They have only seen glass skin peeped through the bones, because they are so thin and so malnutritioned that their bones peeped through their skin, and they wear spectacles making with some glasses and steel frame, because they have no money to buy new spectacles. So their time and space is all occupied by this foggy slum and nothing else. So their map should be blotted, their slums should be blotted on the map, because only the slums is a thing they know about and they have lived there all their life. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map become their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. Break, oh break open till they break the town, and show the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands, and let their tongues run naked into books, and white and green leaves open. History theirs whose language is the sun. In the last stanza, the poet wants to say that their condition can be changed. How? When the governor, inspector, and visitors will take some steps and make their life better. They should be taken outside to the world, to the green fields, and learn about the outside world, what is going on in the world, what is going on outside their slum. And they should be provided with enough books to read and study, to know about different topics, different people, different incidents, so that they could gather knowledge and clear the foggy life of there and see the sun and be shine bright like the sun. Their destiny should be changed from foggy to sunny, because the dim life of them should be brightened by giving them knowledge and enough learning. I hope these stanzas are clear. Now let us solve these problems. The first answer will be option 1. The second answer will be option 2. The third answer will be option inherited disability, that is 1. Number D will be option 1, because his eyes was full of future, full of hope for the future. And E will be that rootless weed means they are wasters. Number 3 will be the option. Now I hope you can solve the other questions 2, 3 and 4 easily, because I have explained all the poem well. Number 2 question, sour cream will refer to the color of white, because they are just like their future. The environment of the classroom was also very dim and dark. Number 3 will be the decoration of the wall contrast to the life of the child by that their life has never seen such beauty of the nature or some important people like Shakespeare. They have only known about the slum, and their life is not as good as the outside world. And number 4 will be the changes made by the governor, visitor and other official workers by giving them knowledge, proper learning books and proper practical field knowledge, so that they can see the outside world and change their life and destiny from foggy, from dim, from dark future to a brighter sunny ones. I hope this poem is not as hard as you have thought before. I hope I am able to explain it very simply to you all. Now we will look at some of the important points which we should keep in our head while studying this poem, mainly this poem, because the summary of this poem, if we understand it well, then we can write any of the questions which will come in the board's exam this year. As time is less and you have to study more, so we will just go through the proper summary and proper knowledge about the poem, and there is no need to worry. We will be prepared before the exam comes. Now it will be easier for us if we know these 10 points of the poem. For the summary, we should know these 10 points very well. So first, the rootless weeds. It means that the children are just like the rootless weeds of our garden, who are ill-fed and ill-treated. Next, the tall girl, bent head weighed down. Her head is weighed down because She is so malnutritioned and so weak that her head cannot take the weight of the body and it is bent down. So, the rootless wheat, and number 2 point is tall girl with head weighed down, is referring to the children and their appearance. Similarly, the third point is paper seeming boy, which also means that the boy is so thin and weak that it seemed he is like a paper. Unlucky hire of twisted bones means that he has a disease which he has hired from her father. His eyes live in a dream, but his eyes live in a dream of a better future and better learning. Sour cream wall refers to the off-white color of the walls, which looks dirty because the slums classroom is not maintained well. And their future painted with a fog means that their future is very uncertain and unsure, because they have no idea what they will do in the future. That's why their future is painted with the fog, and their classroom is like sour cream, because there is no maintenance and no proper care taken, and it has turned dirty. So then number 8 point is the map a bad example. The map is a bad example for them because they have never seen the outside world. Their only world is the slum. So the map is a very bad example for them to study because they know nothing about the outside beauty of the world. Show the children green fields. So we should, for their betterment, show them green fields and give them practical knowledge about what is going on in the world outside their slum, and let their tongue run naked into books. They should be provided enough books for their proper knowledge and proper learning, so that they can know what is actual life and how can they see a bright sunny future and come out of their foggy ones. So I hope this is well understood by you all. If you know these 10 points, it will be very easy for you all to write the summary of this poem. So now I will ask you all to write the summary of this poem, and if you write the summary of this poem, it will be properly understood. The poem will be very clear to you all. I hope it will help you all and you have understood today's lesson well. I will give such English lessons on the poems and also on the prose one by one. I hope today's class is liked by you all and you all have understood well. If you have understood, please comment and let me know. And let me know what else you would like to study. What else chapter should I come with next? I will come with another chapter in my next video. Till then, stay prepared and study well. Thank you very much for attending today's class.